Are you ready for it?
Welcome in real quick. We're going to join immediately live here for the national anthem.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And that was Sydney Peterson from Erie High School Choirs. Well, welcome into tonight's broadcast as the Erie Tigers set to take on the Niwot Cougars, who come into this game at 3-3. And the question is, Tiger fans, are you ready?
Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin now. Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin.
Are you ready for it?
Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin.
Are you ready for it?
And we are live here at Tiger Stadium for tonight's league matchup. It's the second league game of the season. The Tigers rolled big last week with a win over Northridge, running clock in the second quarter, and the Tigers are thirsty for some Cougar blood here tonight. Well, Brandon Bird here with you as we get you all set for this league matchup. We'll take a couple looks at some keys to the game here real quick. For Niwot, got to stop the run. Be aggressive on offense. I think if they're going to win, we need to see a lot of trick plays, a lot of things go right, including forcing turnovers. For Erie, it's gardening time. I think it's time to get Tyler Gardner going for these Tigers. I expect him to get a lot of carries tonight. Turn up the heat early. It's cold out here. Get up to the early lead and send these Cougars packing, and then keep eating that ice cream. Of course, that refers to the Erie defense. You get a turnover, no turnover chain, no turnover backpack. You get to eat ice cream. Hey, what's better than that when you're a high school kid? Well, thank you so much for joining us. Brandon Bird here with you. Grayson Wolf, Grayson Blaylock. Part of our production team up top is Hayden Dickinson running the camera. And Erie will kick off to start this game. It'll be Julian Castine set to kick it off from the Tigers 40. And Niwot, who, if they were to get one more win this season, it would be the first time since 2008 they have eclipsed the 4-win mark. That was their last year. They had a winning record as well, as that's a nice kick through the end of the end zone.
Starting from the 20-yard line.
And so it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Cougars. Some different faces we might see at times for Niwot under center. We'll keep an eye out.
1st and 10 for the Cougars.
But starting things under center, I believe, is Bart Go. That's Aiden Bartko. Tigers jump early, and so they commit a quick penalty here. So offside and 5 yards as Ian Vera got a little bit of happy feet there.
For a 5-yard penalty.
So now 1st and 5 for Niwot. It must have gotten unreset. Did you change it? You have to clear it and then go back. Sorry about that, folks. Just trying to make sure that our scoreboard is working for you. By the way, welcome on Facebook Live as well, as we are simulcasting this. You can watch with the scoreboard graphics and bells and whistles on YouTube, and then on Facebook Live, it'll just be pretty much a raw stream that you will hear. So 2nd and 5 here after the run for no gain. Another handoff, right side. Nice hole there, and kind of weaving his way across the 40, yanked down at the 43 as the ball carrier for Niwot that time. And that was Liam Flanagan.
Liam Flanagan on the carry for Niwot for a Niwot first down. Tackle made by Noah Roper, number 8.
So a gain of about 18 as you see Noah Roper out there. Now, the rumor before the game was that Noah might not play tonight, but he is out there, suited up and ready. 1st and 10 here for the Cougars. Handoff. That, again, is Flanagan. He fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. Think he just got there, and then maybe another yard.
Brought down initially by number 25, Tab Sire.
So Tab Sire getting in there on the tackle. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 here for Erie, looking to go 7-0. And we'll have to dig deep here into the record books to see the last time Tigers did that. Of course, they had a great season last year, did the Tigers, but they did drop a couple games last year, 3 of them during the regular season. Roosevelt, Meade, and then the last game, of course, against Palmer Ridge. So shotgun snap. Throw out into the flat here on the near side on the little screen, and not much going there on the passing play from Bartko. In fact, no gain on that play. I think that was Jarrett Noterman on the catch. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Bartko in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide plus an H-back, running back flanking him to his right. Looks left, fires quickly, caught underneath, right near the sticks, and that'll depend on the spot. A pretty generous spot, in all honesty. And they will say that's enough for a 1st down. And yeah, the Niwot catch there. Not quite sure who grabbed that one. Now 1st and 10, handoff left side, and just kind of wiggling his way through a hole there was Angelo Salazar. The ball carrier, pickup of about 2 on the play. And this has got to be about one of the best opening drives we've seen against Erie this year. You might think back Erie early in the season against Evergreen. Evergreen kind of drove down, and then they fumbled on their first drive. In fact, Pueblo South did the same thing. Tigers looking for some ice cream here. Fake handoff one way, they'll hand it back the other, and that is going pretty much nowhere. Don't think they even got back to the original line of scrimmage. I believe that was Flanagan on the carry.
3rd and 7 for Niwot Cougars.
So 3rd down and long here for Niwot. Bartko coming in from the sideline. 8:30 remaining here in the quarter. For those of you watching on Facebook Live, by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe our videos, or like our videos and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Bartko being pressured, dumps, and that one is stripped away, just raked out. It was a good job in coverage that time by Ian McDonald. And so an incomplete pass there. And that's Bartko's first incompletion, and Niwot will be forced to punt here, I believe. They're on the Tiger 44. Sometimes teams like to go for it from there. But they will punt. Roper will drop deep. We talked about trick plays. Niwot, I think we're going to have to see some if they want to be in this. High snap. Caught, though. Running punt. End over end. Angling toward the sideline, and Roper will actually let it bounce all the way down to about the 2. And that is where Erie will take over for their first possession of the game. Well, Tiger fans, do you have a plan in place for your family's future? Are you caring for an aging family member or loved one with special needs? The Germany Law Firm is there to help you. They assist in all kinds of law, including areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website, coelderlaw.net, to set up a personalized consultation. And here come the Tigers, and here comes Noah Roper. We had a chance to talk to Tyler Gardner. We'll see if we can't get that for you at some point in the second half. But we will see Noah out here early. Long way to go. But Noah trying to make quick work of it, just rolling over a couple of defenders. And just like that, about a 12, 13-yard pickup for Roper. Roper fine, a little banged up, but nothing serious, and clearly looking good there on that first carry. Vera Nelms will motion across the formation here for the Tigers. Snap, handoff, Mendoza to Roper. Roper right side, sneaks through a hole, still on his feet. Can't be brought down, spins out of one tackle, eluding another defender. He's into the open field, across the 45, across midfield. He has one man to beat, and he will score. Noah Roper, 2 plays, 98 yards, and that one is 85 yards to the house. As we take a look at that replay, man, that was dazzling. It never gets old. And so an 85-yard touchdown run by Noah Roper puts the Tigers on top. Hey, colleges, if you're watching, it is time to unload the offers for Noah Roper. And now Julian Castine out to kick the extra point. After a great run there by Roper. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is good. So the Tigers lead it 7-0. We'll step aside here real quick on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Welcome back in. You already saw the fireworks here to get this game going. A touchdown from Noah Roper, 85 yards, 98 yards, and 2 carries. And one of the things to watch, Noah's averaged over 10 yards a carry this season. Typically in high school, you feel pretty good when your back can, a really good running back can get about 7 yards a carry. And, of course, that number goes down the further up you go in college and then obviously the pros, as that one is kicked into the end zone for a touchback. For Niwot, slow thing that you try and opportunity. 7 on. So 2nd and 3 here. They will hand it off left side. Flanagan trying to find a hole, and the Tigers do a good job in pursuit as they plug that one up, and that'll bring up a 3rd and short. So pick up there of a couple. Tigers defense, they have flexed all season long in spots like this. 3rd and 1 snap, handoff, and nowhere to go, and the Tigers stack up the running back. I'm trying to tell who that is. That was in the formation there for Niwot. And they are stopped. No, they will give it to him. So I think a second effort there on the far side. Next door, these Niwot numbers. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Screen pass, looking to set up a double pass, has an open man downfield. There's a trick play, and Will Kana comes back to make the tackle, and there's a flag, I think, on Vera for roughing the passer behind the play. So it was a 38-yard pass play. And I think we're going to see 15 more packed on. So it is a roughing the passer call on Erie. So tack on another 15. So Niwot busting out the trick play there. Coach Cooper down on the sideline. I think kind of getting into his team here to stay focused. By the way, that big running back that carried the ball earlier, that was Eric Ruiz. And here is the 15-yard step off. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Niwot here at the Erie 17. Actually closer to the 16, I think. And actually, yeah, the chain finally sets down. It's actually at the Erie 11. And I can hear Mr. Fox next in the booth next to us saying, hey, 31 minus 15 does not equal 11. So I don't know what the heck happened to get even more yardage out of that. Barkdow, he'll hand off left side. Ruiz will bounce it out, and Nate Hackney will just bear hug him to the turf. So 1 yard pickup there by Ruiz as Nate Hackney sets the edge and just wrestled Ruiz down to the ground. Now bring up a 2nd and 10 here. No gain on that play. As the ball spotted back to the 11 again. This time shotgun for Angelo Salazar. Nope, it is Bartko under center. And they'll hand off to Flanagan left side, and Flanagan will just dive forward. A decent pickup there of about 5 yards down to the 6. I'll actually spot him to maybe the 7 there. And so 3rd, and there is room for a 1st down there. Got to get down just inside the 1 if Niwot wants to get a 1st down. We understand that it might be a little quiet on our broadcast. Well, maybe not. There is a penalty on the play, and looks like this is going against Erie. So illegal hands to the face. on Erie, and that's going to set up a 1st and goal. And they're going to call that, I think, on Colby Arlington. And so this is the deepest Erie has allowed an opponent to get in the first quarter. I think maybe all season. We'll have to go back and double check that. But, well, one thing's for sure. If Erie's able to get a stop and Noah goes back out there, help them inch closer to that all-time, all-purpose yards record. I'm sure we'll bring that up here at some point tonight as Noah inching closer to moving up in the record books. Already mentioned last week, top 5 in the state in career all-purpose yards. And it will still be 3rd down, so not an automatic 1st down. They do move it a little closer. Handoff left side. And they get a hair short. So a pickup of about 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th and 1. The only really advantage that they got was they got to replay 3rd down, did Niwot, off that illegal hands to the face. So Tiger fans need to step up here. Handoff, Ruiz gets stuffed at the line. Noah Roper. And that will be a turnover on downs. So Erie, their starting field position tonight has been from the 2-yard line both times. Well, maybe that will help them in terms of accumulating some yardage here. 3:14 left on the clock. A little timeout here on a turnover on downs. And the white hat letting Erie know with his whistle. Time to get going here. So here come the Tigers. Noah Roper out there. Tyler Gardner also out there for Erie. But he is split wide. Erie's line, you can just see, a lot bigger than Niwot. Big advantage there. Roper takes the handoff, bursts through the middle. Roper slaloming through traffic, still on his feet. Can Roper turn another one loose? Roper still not brought down, tumbles head over heels, and a great run there all the way out to the 35-yard line and a pickup of 34 yards as they mark it out at the 30, well, actually 37. So a 35-yard pickup there for Noah Roper. And Niwot right now a little bit baffled as to what to do here to stymie the running game of the Erie Tigers and Noah Roper. Mendoza again in the pistol. Ball spotted on the near hash. 1st and 10. 2:48 remaining here in quarter number 1. Handoff, Roper, right side, bursts through a hole. Makes one man miss and just tripped up there. And they will give him another 11 yards and a 1st down. So Noah Roper, 4 carries, 144 yards rushing. Now Tyler Gardner will be the tail of the tandem here in the backfield as Mendoza checks in with the sideline. They'll check in a new play here as he makes adjustments at the line. Mendoza, hard count, takes a snap, handoff right side. Gardner through a big hole. Gardner splits out to the right, still on his feet, and tumbles across down to the 35. So a pickup there of about 17 yards for Tyler Gardner. That was one of our keys to the game. Get him going. I think regardless of how this game goes, they want to get Tyler Gardner some big plays here tonight. Gardner again takes the handoff, left side, another big hole. Tigers just steamrolling the line here, and Gardner almost off to the races. From the 35 all the way down to the 11. So a nice little 24-yard pickup there for Tyler Gardner. And he will stay out here. 1st and 10 from the 11. Tigers knocking on the door again. 1:37 remaining here in quarter number 1. Mendoza claps his hands. Now 2 men will motion across, and Nelms and Vera. And Mendoza, a little bit of line movement there as he gathered the snap. And a false start will back up the Tigers to their own 16. 3rd penalty, excuse me, 4th penalty of the night already for Erie. We talked with Tyler. He kind of mentioned that penalties and avoiding them are a focus for the Tigers this week. Not doing great so far. Handoff to Gardner, stretching things out wide, making men miss, and close to the original line of scrimmage. He'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards. Before that run, the Tigers were averaging 30 yards a carry. Now down to only 26. So 51 seconds left here in the quarter. 2nd and about 13. A long 13, if you will. Mendoza. Hands off left side. Gardner cuts it back across to the right. Stops and then will lean his way inside the 10 down to the 9. So pick up there of about another 4 or 5. Handoff. Left side. Gardner shot out of a rocket, but a flag on the play. And so that'll wipe Tyler Gardner's touchdown away. And not quite sure what was going on there. They will call a hold, and now 3rd and real long here for the Tigers. 3rd and about 17. And another penalty. So penalties have hurt Erie here a little bit. And 3 seconds left here in the quarter, so this will be the last play of the quarter. They bring Roper back in. If you're the Tigers, probably just want to make this either manageable for a 4th down play or a little bit short of a field goal here for Julian. As it stands now, Julian would have to kick
the screen and work. Click the channel icon and then press the subscribe button. It's paused.
Back in, Erie Tiger in the backfield. And holding up his arm. Another break.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. A little bit of rock and roll part 2 here to bring the fans back into this one. As the Tigers will bring out the field goal unit. I believe this is the first field goal attempt of the year for Julian. We'll have to double check that. A lot of extra points. We'll double check if Julian has had an attempt here. And we're just waiting for the whistle to go, and here we go. So Furman the holder. Niwot kind of playing a little bit of prevent here. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and he thumped that one right down the pipe. So a very good kick by Julian Castine, as that was high into the night, and that's about the best kick I've seen Julian have. I mean, he just laid into that one. Well, good start for the Tigers, 10-0 lead. And speaking of a good start, if you want a good start on some legal advice, Clark Legal Services believe their purpose as a trusted advisor and counselor for their clients and families goes far beyond giving clients direction. Whether it be participating in pro bono to protect an important issue or volunteering their time to educate a group, they believe in giving back to the community. For more information, check out clarklegalservices.com. So 10-0 lead here for the Tigers as we roll into the second quarter. And Julian, who has had some very big kicks tonight, including that field goal, sends this one well deep. Julian getting looked at by UNC. I know they're interested. They've kind of asked for some transcripts, as maybe potentially, at least we're hoping, want Julian to kick for the Bears. So Niwot will come out their third drive. They've had two pretty good drives here to start this game and have pinned Erie back on their own two twice. And Erie's been able to dig out of that and score both times. So we'll see what the Erie defense can do out here. Handoff right side and a few yards. Pickup of about 5 there on the play. And not sure if that was Flanagan that got that ball or Ruiz. And these green and white numbers, a little bit difficult to tell. Another Thursday night football game, back-to-back Thursday night games for Erie. Handoff, right side again. This is Flanagan. He'll wait, and then he just runs into a wall of black jerseys. A loss of one that time for Liam Flanagan. So third down set up here for Niwot. Tigers looking to get their first 3 and out. By the way, we were right. That was Julian's first field goal attempt of the year. Play action, pass down the hash, and a little bit overthrown. The intended target that time was Julian Bell, as that one fell to the turf there by Bartko, and it'll be fourth down, and Niwot will be forced to punt here. So 4th and 6, and it will be Noah Roper back to receive the punt. These yards, of course, count 2 for all purpose, but Noah has not had too many punt return opportunities this year. As here's a running little back spinning kick, pretty good, taken at the 31. Noah cuts upfield across the 45, still on his feet, being tracked down from behind, and finally gets hit down to the turf onto the Niwot side at the 45. A 24-yard return for Noah Roper. And yeah, there is a flag out there. And after the play, or a sideline warning on Niwot. So first one's a warning, second time they will call that a penalty. You typically see that on special teams plays where the official's running down the sideline and they'll run into a coach or a player. So 10-22, Noah Roper will come out here, 45-yard line, the starting field position after starting on their own 2 twice. Mendoza takes a snap, hands off, left side, Roper bursts through a hole, shot out of a cannon. Roper trickles to his left and just tried to tiptoe past a defender and gets tripped up at the 25, a pickup of 20 there for Noah. And Noah so far runs of 13, 85, 35, 11, and 20. Averaging 32 yards a rush here in this first half. Is Noah Roper, 164 yards on the ground. First and Roper tried to hurt and got kind of 12 on the play. False start. We'll back it up here in 15. Looking downfield, lowers the head 5, and they'll pick up a Foreman. Saying to signal timeout 2 for a, and so the Tiger Network.
Backwards.
Watching on so go to YouTube, search the Erie Tiger Network, and watch the game on YouTube. We will try and be back live on Facebook here in just a little bit. So 2nd and 8. Here for the Cougars. Another 2-yard run there as Tiger defense starting to stiffen up here a little bit. And a little inside give to Flanagan. And another very short gain. So 3rd and 6 here for Erie, or excuse me, for Niwot. Erie trying to get the stop here. A little distracted. We're trying to re-engage our Facebook Live stream. There's a little bit of confusion in the backfield and nowhere to go as the Tigers just blew that one up. I think Ethan Johnson shot in back there, as well as Dylan Hall. Dylan Hall had that nice onside kick touchdown return last week. By the way, fans, as soon as we took our Facebook live stream down, our YouTube stream quality in our control studio improved vastly. So fortunately, that's just kind of the deal with the home games. No network here at the stadium as we have to do everything off mobile hotspot, as this is a low lining punt. And again, Noah will catch at the 33, and Noah running real hard, stutters across the 50, turns the corner. Noah Roper deep into Niwot territory, just steps out of a tackle and a touchdown return. And this kid is just a never-ending highlight reel. What a joy. As we take another look, and we only caught the end of that where he stepped out of a tackle. But man, what a run there by Noah Roper. So Julian Castine out to kick the extra point as the Tigers now pulling away 23-0. That magic number that they've been hitting is 40. And the Tigers trying to get to there again, and they've done it in the first half. That's a tough thing to do, especially high school teams. They run the ball, the clock. Game is already pretty quickened as that kick is good. Kind of a knuckler through. But Tigers, they score again. They lead at 24-0 here on the Erie Tiger Network. Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation. Hey fans, just bear with us. We know we're live. We are just trying to reset a couple things here in the broadcast booth, so thank you for your patience. All right, thank you for that. We believe we have our Facebook live stream, and our YouTube healthy as there's play action. Little screen pass intercepted by Hackney, and Hackney trying to make a man miss. And Nate Hackney rumbling, dives toward the end zone, and they didn't throw up a signal, but I think he scored. As we take another look at that, a great snatch there by Hackney. Just weaving back and forth, dives. Oh, yeah, he's in for sure. Great camera work there by our own Hayden Dickinson. Gotta love that. Oh, man. So, Nate Hackney showing off some athleticism there for the big fella. That was a fun play to watch right there. Big Nate just rumbling. Snap good, hold good, kick up. It is good. So 5:07 left, and the Tigers are 9 points away from the magic rolling clock number. And all of a sudden, with 5 minutes left, Tigers trying to potentially do that for what would be the third game in a row. The unfortunate thing about RPI in the state of Colorado does not take into account margin of victory. It's just wins and losses and opponents' wins and losses and opponents' opponents. And that hurts Erie a little bit because some of the teams they're expecting to be pretty good are a little bit down this year. And that has affected their RPI negatively. In fact, an undefeated Erie right now, I believe only about 7th in RPI. That is last week's RPI. And we showed up there for just a moment if you're watching on our YouTube stream. So Julian will send this one high, deep, and over in. Man, Julian has been real good tonight as that's another deep kick. And anything that breaks the plane in high school is an automatic touchback. Fans, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Net, like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. And as always, check out the Erie Tiger Times. That's erietigertimes.com. Stories you can sink your teeth into. Students do a fine job in that class. In fact, they got an award for news coverage, second in the state to start off this year. A little handoff, right side, Flanagan, not much room, and he will actually lose yardage. And I'm not sure what is going on up top, but and so we are a little worried because our camera battery is low, so we have dispatched Grayson to do that. And while he is doing that, we have no one here in the control booth with us, and clock will stop here for a timeout. 4:24 left. We'll take a timeout as well, see if we can't get that squared away. Tigers winning big here, second half on the Erie Tiger Network.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
And we're back in here. You saw that Patreon commercial. Fans, we'd love it if you joined us in our Patreon. Even giving as little as $1 a month really helps us out. Kind of a swinging gate formation and almost a great interception there by Kana. It was a really unique formation there by Niwot. And you can see trips to each side, actually dual to one side, trips to the other. Then they slip someone down the middle there. So some really funky formation. I'll have to look at again there in film study. 3rd and 11, though. After the incomplete pass. And the Tiger defense, after kind of getting gashed a little bit in those first two drives, has just put the clamps down on the Cougars, including the interception, pick 6 for Nate Hackney, and flags come in, and it's a false start on Niwot, so back him up 5 more yards. They tried to set up the screen. Tell you what, after seeing Nate play on the D-line a couple years now, he's got to be one of the best D linemen in the state at reading the screen. He has already had his paws on the ball multiple times this year and last year, and once again coming through big for the Tigers. They throw back, Tigers read it, and that is going nowhere. A nice play defensively for the Tigers by Eddie Pena. First time we have seen him this year. Another name that's kind of back in the action, or at least was supposed to be for the Tigers, we'll kind of keep our eye out, was Josh Bradford, who had broken his collarbone just a couple weeks before the season, and he's been cleared. And excited to call his name again. Timeout on the field, 4:10 remaining here in half number 1. as the Tigers rolling and cruising. Of course, Niwot coming here. Their athletic director, a former University of Colorado football player, and Chase McBride, and our own Russell Fox, who you hear from time to time on the Erie Tiger Network. He's a Niwot alum, and he's in the room next to us yelling, "Go Cougs." Of course, we know his heart's really with Erie. So 4th and a mile here for the Cougars. And they'll send out the punting unit with no punter. Maybe they won't send out a punter, as Ruiz is in the shotgun, and he will punt it. A little quick snap punt, and Erie's just going to let that one roll all the way down to the 31-yard line, and that is where they will take over. There is a flag all the way back at the Niwot 29, and Grayson, spotting for us, says that was well after the play, and from the looks of what's going on the sideline, I'm guessing that one of the Erie players did something they should not have done. That is in an unsportsmanlike manner. So we'll see if we can. We won't say the player, actually, in this instance. And no, they'll actually call a hold. Oh, no, and there is an unsportsmanlike. So 2 penalties on the Tiger, a hold, then an unsportsmanlike, and that's what we kind of thought. So, well, now the route is on, and so Dion Lucero will come out here for the Tigers, and so will Cameron Crooks. Noah Roper, if he's done for the night, he finishes with 6 carries, 176 yards, 29 and a third yards per carry. And then on top of that, he had a 24-yard return and a 67-yard return for a total of 91 return yards. So a 265-yard night for Noah Roper. And, man, a lot of field to work with here for the Tigers. They're being backed up all the way inside their own 10. So 3:59 remaining here. Tigers still have their starting front out there, but Dion Lucero in along with Cameron Crooks, and Lucero will take the snap. He'll keep it himself. Left side, big hole. Lucero, he's off to the races. Just tried to fend off one defender and picks up 12 yards.
For about a 12-yard run, it'll be 1st and 10 for Erie.
So now 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Lucero looking into the sideline. Clock rolling now. 3:50 and counting. Vera motions across the formation. Lucero will roll, looking downfield. Has a man underneath and overthrows him. That was Mason Vivi on the crossing route. And that's a tough throw. It was pretty tight coverage that time. I think that was either Ruiz or Brian Martinez in coverage. And as Lucero was rolling to his right, he was trying to squeak one in there and just sailed it a little bit. Now Lucero again. 2nd and 10. Here in the pistol. Crooks behind him. Claps the hands. Hand off to Crooks. Crooks through another big hole, and Crooks picks up 9 yards on that run. And Cameron getting some good run for the Tigers the last few weeks. 3rd and 1, though. Tigers need to pick up what looks to be a little over a yard. Snap, handoff, Crooks has it, ran into a white jersey, but past the first down marker for about a 3-yard pickup. So another first down here for Erie, trying to score here with 3:01 remaining. They will get the ball to start half number 2. Lucero in the pistol here. Play action. Lucero looking deep. Fires the post route, trying to hook up with Havener. And actually, it was a double post, one on each side, and 2 Erie receivers almost running into each other, trying to get that ball. Not sure if one receiver was on the wrong page there. But they both ran a post right there to the middle, and Lucero just overthrew him. Tigers not quite as sharp in the passing game so far here tonight. Lucero standing tall in shotgun, takes a snap, runs it himself on a little read option, and actually thought for a second he lost the football by the way a couple players were reacting. And I think he did. Jamie Nelms came up with the ball. So Jamie, a little Johnny on the spot there on a 5-yard run by Dion. Play action. Lucero to throw again and intercepted. Overthrew Nelms, tried to hit him on a crossing route, a deep out, and that was Isaac Fisk. So Isaac Fisk on the interception, and that's the first turnover of the game for the Tigers. And Niwot will take over here at their own 47. So first down and 10 for the Cougars. Tigers trying to work on their passing sets and just haven't been able to click so far. Now a throw on a little curl route, and that's a 7-yard pickup. And a whistle coming, and I think Barkdow is, or an offensive lineman, shaken up for Niwot. So they'll stop the clock here. We'll step aside momentarily here on the Erie Tiger Network.
I'm Gavin Mendoza.
I'm Jamie Nelm.
I'm Noah Roper.
Spencer Brooks, and thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
Thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
Thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
And thank you for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
I'm Miss Addington. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Erie Tiger Network. Erie Tiger Network. For watching the Erie Tiger Network. Watching the Erie Tiger Network. For watching the Erie Tiger Network.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. First and 10 for the Cougars. With 1:47 and now counting here in half number 1. Trying to pass here. Pressure, tipped, and tight coverage applied that time by Ian Vera. The intended target was Jarrett Noterman. And so it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Passing, helping keep the clock stopped here. On a chilly night here in Erie. I know Grayson had the drone flying around. We'll have some cool drone shots some point you'll get to see what the stadium looks like. We are hoping that we'll have live drone shots in a game against Roosevelt. We'll see. Fade pass, Pena in coverage, and a great catch. Snatching that one, I think, was Brian Martinez. And Pena was in great coverage. It actually almost looked like it slipped through his hands into the hands of the receiver, Martinez. So Niwot trying to punch their ticket into the end zone for the first time tonight. Bartko will fire quickly, and that one's incomplete. Pretty live arm, Aiden Bartko, and second and goal here from the 7-yard line with 1:08 remaining. Niwot trying to keep this one a game. Here's the fade pattern, or the corner route, I should say, for the tight end. That was just overthrown. It was on the run, intended for Julian Bell. You know, when you're running and you throw the direction that you're running, passes tend to sail as you have so much momentum. Got to take a little bit off. That's tough to do, especially in a game situation where the adrenaline is running. Another timeout on the field. Fans, we may not have commentary for the remainder of this first half. So we'll have to take care of some things here on the network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
Incomplete pass for the Cougars. Field goal attempt for the Cougars. Good. That makes the score 31-3 in favor of the Tigers. Reminder, we'll have performance from Erie Palm, followed by the Erie Marching Band.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
touchback. Erie will start at the 20-yard line, first and 10. After the kick by Mason Beebe. Lucero back out as quarterback for the Tigers. Delay of game against the Tigers. First and 15 for Erie.
Go Tyler! Go Tyler!
Tyler Gardner with the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 10 on the run. That'll make it 2nd and 5 for Erie. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Tyler Gardner with the carry for the Tigers. Out to the 31-yard line for an Erie Tiger first down. Once again, we'll be seeing a performance from the Erie Tiger Club, Erie's marching band, and then we'll have that field goal attempt.
And that will end it for the first half. We'll be back later on with some first half highlights. This is Grayson Wolf for the Erie Tiger Network. Welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network. You can hear in the background the band playing. Erie leads Niwot 31-3 at the halftime. Or what? Oh. I'm Grayson Wolf. We have some highlights here for you. So from the first half. So here these are. I said my name when I first. Well, those were certainly some dazzling highlights. We're going to take a break here, and then we'll be back with the second half of this game versus Niwot. I'm Grayson Wolf for the Erie Tiger Network. We're actually going to leave it here for a minute. You can listen to the band playing.
Great job, Erie Tiger Marching Band under the direction of Doug Carmichael. We're so proud of you. Great job. Chick-fil-A Larkridge is sponsoring today's halftime entertainment during the game. Those who caught t-shirts thrown by the Cow between the first and the second quarter of the game are down on the field at this time with the Cow. They'll have an opportunity to kick a field goal, and if they do, they will win free Chick-fil-A for a month in the form of 4 combo meal coupons. If you have a loved one who's out there ready to kick, we're going to do our best to get the names of those kids. We have Andre Garcia set to kick.
If you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School, well now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
I'm Miss Addington. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Erie Tiger Network. Erie Tiger Network. For watching the Erie Tiger Network. Watching the Erie Tiger Network. For watching the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
Football dad. And next up, we have Miss Bradford. All right, the Chick-fil-A Cow from Chick-fil-A Larkridge up next. Seen some pretty good kicks from Cows in the past. Let's see how the big double opt does. Let's hear it for all of our contestants tonight, and thank you to Chick-fil-A for being here tonight and sponsoring this event. We appreciate all of your support of Erie High School. Oh, the last contestant is Julian Castine, number 5 for the Erie Tigers. Great job, Julian.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Click the search bar on the top right-hand corner of the screen and search up Erie Tiger Network. Click the channel icon and then press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about when we post. Click the thumbs up icon to like the video. To enter full screen mode, press the icon on the bottom right hand corner. To skip forward or backwards 10 seconds, double tap the left or right hand side of the screen. Press the pause button in the middle of the screen to pause the video. To skip to a different video, press the skip button when the video is paused.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, as we get you set here for the second half of play, as the Tigers come off a solid first half. Not quite the spectacular fireworks shows that we have been seeing and are used to, but man, I guess we can get spoiled real quick with how good this team has been and continues to be. And let's take a look at some of those halftime stats for you. No yards passing for the Tigers. Struggled a little bit through the air. One interception by Dion Lucero. Tigers, though, on the ground as a team, 280 or 68 yards rushing, including 176 from Noah Roper on 6 carries. That's 29 1/3 yards per carry for Roper. Gardner added 49, 14 from Mendoza, 12 from Crooks, 17 from Lucero. No Roper, he also chipped in with 91 return yards, including a touchdown. So you tack that on, and that is 267 yards of all-purpose yardage in half number one, in one half of play. I don't know if you remember the Terrell Davis era in that 1998-1999 season, where it seemed like in the second half he wasn't playing at all as the Broncos were blowing teams out. This is a little bit what it feels like, and it's like, man, if the teams were a little bit stronger, as the Tigers take the opening kick here, and that's VV up to the 35, you're looking at maybe record territory for Noah Roper in some of these games. Unfortunately, the score too wide to justify leaving him in there. And so that's why we have only seen Noah really. We saw him over 30 touches in that Meade game, and since then it has been a few games where he just has had about 6 or 7 carries, and that's it. So Crooks will come out here. Crooks will come out here as the running back. Nelms in motion. It's Mendoza that's the quarterback. Hard count. Mendoza hands it off right side. Crooks stretches out, cuts it back over the hash, and gets dumped after a pickup there of 6 for Cameron on first down. A 31-3 lead here for Erie. Those of you watching on Facebook Live, you can watch on YouTube, and we have our scoreboard graphics and all that good stuff. Brandon Bird here with you. Grayson Blaylock might be taking over the mic here shortly. Grayson Wolf, he's our producer here, and Hayden Dickinson up top. He's running our camera, doing a fabulous job here tonight. Handoff to Crooks, kind of just knifing through a small hole, turning sideways, twisting, and a good little run there for 11 yards by Cameron. His biggest run of the night. He's got 29, and Cameron hand out to Crooks, right side, spurts through a hole. And a pickup of 5 for Crooks. Second and 5 here for the Tigers. Thanks for bearing with us, fans, here. Always interesting trying to bring you a live event. And these kids here that are part of the Erie Tiger Network doing a good job. As here's a pass from Mendoza, a little out route to Gardner, catches it, cuts back, makes one man miss, now darts up to sideline, steps backward and olays another defender as he gets all the way up to the 23. Good little 21-yard pickup there for Mendoza, and Tyler Gardner on the catch. And sorry about that. We're just trying to make sure that one of our pieces of equipment doesn't go down here. Handoff to Gardner, making men miss on the reverse. Still on his feet. Gardner, a nice little run here. And Tyler Gardner chewing up some yardage. Let's take another look at that as he was dancing, making men miss left and right on a little fly sweep. And look at this action here toward the end of the run. Nice little move there, stops, cuts back, change direction. Pretty good there for a lacrosse player. A lacrosse player by trade anyways. Tyler Gardner, 16 more yards. He has 65. Now hand off to Gardner, right side, sputters, cuts back, and darts over the goal line. Tyler Gardner, good yardage there on that drive, and a touchdown here for the Tigers. 9:04 remaining. It's 37-3. And so Julian Castine out to kick the extra point here. Make this a 35-point game. Snap is good. Hold is good, and man, Julian once again another boomer off the foot, and that is good, and the Tigers lead it 38-3. We'll step aside real quick here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
And welcome back in. And fans feeling a little bit under the weather. And so we're going to have a student. Hey, we're up by a lot. It is student time. So Grayson Blaylock is going to hop in the pilot's chair here and take over play-by-play as soon as we get a touchback here, and we do. Grayson?
Well, thank you, Mr. Bird. And that is a touchback from Julian. So Niwot will take the ball at the 20 to start their first drive of the second half. Starting to see some subs come in on defense. Eddie Pena at corner. I see Cameron Crooks at linebacker. Snap. Taken by Bartko. And there's a run for 1 yard. So not much going for Niwot on their first play. 8:48 and counting left in the third quarter. If Erie scores another touchdown, that would move the game to a running clock for the remainder of the game. If they get a field goal, or if Niwot scores, then they would need multiple scores for us to have a running clock. Handoff, I believe, to Flanagan. He's stacked up, and he will lose a yard. So Nate Hackney in there, Josh Bradford, all in on the stop. Swarm of Tigers taking down Flanagan. So 3rd and 9 as the clock continues to roll. Niwot taking their time. And Flanagan has 51 yards tonight. So that is under his per game average. And it's going to be a delay of game. So they took a little bit too long. And Niwot will call a timeout. And we'll go to commercial. We'll be right back here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
And welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network as Niwot has a 3rd and 9 from their own 21. And this is a pass, and it is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Brian Martinez, and he did not see the ball coming. He was blocking his defender. I believe that was Brian Graylin. And the ball went right behind his back. So, and they appeared to have called a false start on Niwot or an illegal formation. Erie will decline it. It's 4th and 9. And Niwot is in the punting formation. Isaac Kana back to return for the Tigers. Man in motion, it's Flanagan. And running kick almost blocked, but not. Decent one. Kana will pick it up and take it from the 41. He has a hole. Kana's going, and he will be wrapped up by the ankles at the 33-yard line. So a good return for Kana. Almost 20 yards on the return there for Isaac Kana. So Erie will take over at the Niwot 33 with 7:21 left in the third quarter. Again, Erie touchdown sends this game to a running clock. And also of note, this is the first home game that has not been in a running clock in the first half this year. In the second half, beg your pardon. Now, cannot tell who's out at quarterback, and it is Lucero. So Mendoza probably done for the night. They blow the play dead. It's either going to be a delay of game or a false start, and it is a delay of game. So the Tigers will back up 5 yards. And the man in motion there for Erie was Connor Quinn, sophomore, fullback, slot back, linebacker. Someone whose name you might hear more in the next few years. Erie with 335 total yards tonight. Roper with 176 on the ground and 91 in return yards. So a good night for Noah Roper, albeit that was only on 6 carries. Now here's a pass from Lucero, and that's going to be intercepted, and that's his second interception of the night. Lucero was expecting, it looked like Lucero was expecting the receiver to come back. Vivi did not. He kept on the go route, and the Niwot defensive back read the play perfectly. So Lucero's second turnover of the night, and Niwot will take over at their 15-yard line. Maybe a little bit of rust for Dion Lucero. Still a mix of starters and backups in for Erie. Clayton Johnson, the corner on your near side. And this is a pitch, and it was to Ruiz. And high school and college, you don't have to be down by contact. You just have to touch the ground, and he slipped, and that'll be a loss of 5 yards for Niwot. As the clock ticks under 7 minutes. Yeah, as you just see it, you just saw the replay there. So now 2nd and 15 or 16, as the scoreboard says, for Niwot. In I formation, 2 tight ends, or 3 tight ends, and 1 receiver at the top of the screen. This is a run, and he'll get 2 or 3 yards. Got bottled up at the line, but pushed forward for another 1 or 2 yards. And I believe that was Flanagan for Niwot. So now, as the clock is now under 6 minutes, just after 1 play. Erie's run defense looking sharp in the second half. They gave a couple bigger plays in the first half. They have not given up one so far in the second. Man in motion. It's a run up the middle. There's a little bit of room for Flanagan, but it'll only be 2 yards. He ran more laterally than forward, and Nate Hackney was there to make the stop, as well as Aaron Dixon. 2 of them getting in on that tackle. Read the play well. Niwot uses a lot of motion. I know we saw a trick play from them earlier tonight on the double pass. And, well, it's worked for them once or twice, but that's been about it. And here's their punt, and that's blocked by Jamie Nelms, and that's going to be a touchdown. Jamie Nelms with his first defensive touchdown of the year for the Tigers, and it's 44-3. So we'll go to a running clock for the rest of the game. Here's the replay. Nelms just shoots through. It's punted right into him, and he falls on the ball in the end zone for his first defensive touchdown of the year. Great play by Jamie Nelms. Niwot's punt blocking, not expecting the rush, and Nelms made him pay for it. Now Castine on for the extra point, as the clock is now running. And he buries it. So it's 45-3 Erie. The clock is running with 4:10. We'll go to commercial and be right back here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin now. Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin.
Are you ready for it?
Baby, let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin.
Are you ready for it?
And welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network. The clock is running in Erie as Jamie Nelms blocked a punt for and recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. It's 45-3 with 3 minutes left. Julian Castine's going to kick off, and that will be a touchback. Put it about a yard or two deep in the end zone. That's all he needed. So Niwot will take over their own 20-yard line for their third possession of the half. And more likely than not, this possession for Niwot will end the third quarter. Niwot, not a whole lot of offense in the second half at all. Most of their offenses in the first half, they got a couple good drives in, but the Erie defense was bend not break. And Niwot drove down to the goal line, couldn't put it in the end zone. And Erie took it the other way for a touchdown, 99-yard scoring drive, as there's a pass for 5 yards. And the receiver swarmed after the catch. I believe that was number 83, Julian Bell, on the reception there for Niwot. He's their leading receiver and the only one with double-digit receptions on the year. Now, in motion, it's a pitch to him, and he will almost get back to the line of scrimmage. It looked like he might lose the yards that they got, but he managed to get back and only lose 1 yard as the clock keeps ticking, now at 1:25. 3rd and 7 coming up for Niwot. They're taking their time. Now, one of Niwot's shotgun sets. 2 receivers, now 4 receivers at the bottom of the screen, and 3 of them are in trips. There's a man in motion. There's a toss, a little bit of room, and he'll get dragged down. That was number 5, Jarrett Noterman, by Aaron Dixon and Will Conna. And Ethan Johnson in on that tackle as well, but that'll be a first down for the Cougars. They're at the 31-yard line with 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now that you're at a running clock, a lot of backups are in. Some of these guys out here, they've been injured through the first part of the season, or they haven't been playing as much. This is a good way to get them playing time. Fake toss worked very well, and that is Jonathan Colon, and that's going to be a first down. Bartko sold the toss to Flanagan perfectly, and then had Colon come in from the H-back spot, take the ball, and he slipped through the offensive line. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So 45-3, Erie leads here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction in knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
And hello and welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network, where Erie is leading Niwot by a score of 45-3 at the start of the fourth quarter. And on the first play, Liam Flanagan will take the ball for a 6-yard carry. And Niwot running it out of their strong I formation set. And it'll be 2nd and 5 with Erie's 42-point lead. There is a running clock. So 11 minutes and 38 seconds of real time for a short fourth quarter for the Tigers. Now with 2 receivers at the bottom, 2 tight ends, strong set. Play action to Flanagan. He'll throw, and that is pass interference. Julian Bell, the intended receiver for Niwot, and he is still on the ground, a little slow to get up. And that was Clayton Johnson, a senior, who will be flagged for pass interference. Didn't get his head turned around. Made a good play on the ball. Actually, it looks like he tackled them in the replay a little bit before the ball got there. That will draw the flag every time. So now Aiden Meeks running off the field. Probably the right call there. We have a little bit of a better angle than most of the spectators, a little bit higher up in the stands. Now, Niwot has good field position with 10:20 remaining in the game. Bartko will take the snap, but first a man in motion, it's Cologne. He takes the snap, drops back, throws, and that was a pretty big miscommunication on the route. The receiver ran a comeback, and that is not the pass Bartko threw. Bartko expected him to keep going. He stopped, and the only person in the relative vicinity was an Erie safety that tried to get over there for an interception. That was Brian Graylin. So now it'll be 2nd and 10 for Niwot after the pass interference call. Niwot, despite the running clock, still taking their time. Not very much of a hurry-up offense for the Cougars. An empty set. This is one of the sets Niwot does not go to as often. And that's a slant caught by the receiver, and he'll get out of bounds for a first down and about a 17-yard carry. That was Isaac Fisk, and I believe that is his first catch on the year. Looking at some of Niwot's stats coming into the game, Fisk, a 5'11", 145 sophomore. And now Niwot is at the 25-yard line of the Tigers, almost into the red zone with 8:46 to go in the game. Now here's a run straight up the middle, Flanagan. That will put them just on the fringe of the red zone. And it's going to be the 21-yard line for 2nd and 7, or 6, excuse me. So as the game winds down, we'll see if we can't get some names called. Draven Freud for Erie running into the game. Or excuse me, that's Liam Floyd that just ran in. Numbers 75 and 76. That's a play action. The receiver is open. Did he make the catch? They have not signaled. Yes, they are going to give it to him. And so that is going to be 3rd and 1 for Niwot. Throw was a little bit outside for the receiver. and he had to dive to make the catch. If he didn't have to dive, he could have had the first down. There was not an Erie defender relatively close to him. Wouldn't have made it much farther, but probably would have gotten the first down. Now at single back set, and it's a fumble, and it will be recovered by Bartco, I believe. And that is what they're going to rule. It's going to be 4th and 2. So loss of the yard on the fumbled snap with 7:20 to go in the game. So Niwot, obviously at this point, they're going to go for it. Most times in high school when you don't have a field goal kicker, that is great. This is, and especially with the score, this is 4-down territory. So Niwot's going to take their time, and they will actually call a timeout. So we will take a timeout as well here on the Erie Tiger Network. Niwot driving, but Erie leads at 45-3 with 7 minutes left in the game.
I'm Gavin Mendoza.
I'm Jamie Nelm.
I'm Noah Roper.
I'm Spencer Brooks, and thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
Thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
Thanks for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
And thank you for watching Tiger Football on the Erie Tiger Network.
I'm Miss Addington. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Erie Tiger Network. Erie Tiger Network. For watching the Erie Tiger Network. Watching the Erie Tiger Network. For watching the Erie Tiger Network.
And welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network. And now after the timeout, it appears that Niwot will attempt a field goal. 6:57 remaining in the game. And Liam Flanagan, their running back, or this is not Flanagan. Flanagan had the previous kick. There's the kick. It's low, spiraling, and it is no good. So can't really tell from our vantage point. It appeared it went wide to the left. So good attempt, but that'll be a turnover on downs for Niwot. Effectively a touchback, as Erie will take the ball at the 20-yard line. And they will just say it's a touchback. So now Erie, 6:25 remaining in the game. See if they can put together a long drive. So now coming out on offense for the Tigers. Some names to mention. Draven Freud said he went out a minute ago. He didn't, but now he's in. And Aiden Poppin also in for the Tigers. Colton Kneebone at the bottom of your screen. Now Lucero will take the snap. He gives it to Van Landingham. And Van Landingham is destroyed behind the line. The Niwot linebacker read it perfectly, and Van Landingham did not have a chance to go anywhere with the ball. So a loss of 5 yards for the Tigers on that play. 2nd and 15. Niwot in their usual 3-4 look, single high safety. Erie with 2 wide receivers. That's Will Kana and someone else. And that's a good run for the Tigers. I was trying to see the number, could not. And that is Anthony Pastor, receiver. That was the number I was trying to see, but cannot. A good run for Erie, though. That's a 10-yard gain for Van Landingham. So good decision to spread out the formation a little bit. Now Justin Jones, sophomore running back, he's in the game. Lucero takes the snap, hands it to Jones. Jones has a hole, makes some room, makes a few men miss, and that'll be a 7 or 8 yard gain for Jones, and that will be a first down for the Tigers. So with the running clock, one more first down should end the game. A couple other people in. Ian McDonald is in at fullback. Mason Hill in on the line. Anthony Pastor, Will Kahn at the bottom of your screen. No receivers to the top. Lucero's at quarterback. Jones the running back. Here's the snap. It's a toss to Jones. Looks like you might have thought about throwing it. He's got some room. That'll be 9 yards and almost a first down. So good run for Jones. Now Kneebone comes back in for the Tigers, as well as Connor Quinn, called his name earlier. Also in Grant Larson. Aaron Dixon also in at tight end. I believe I've gotten everyone's name on the field. So Van Lanningham at running back. And Dixon and McDonald will motion over. Takes the snap, gives to Van Lanningham. He has a hole. And Van Lanningham will get the first down to the 49-yard line of the Tigers. And now, if they want to, they can just run out the clock. Now coming in, Grayson Schenbeck. There's 3 Graysons at Erie High School. We're all juniors, and we were in the same math class once. Made it real fun for Miss Fox to try to figure out who was who on the first day. Now Schenbeck and Kana will motion to the top of the formation. And Dixon and McDonald will motion over as well. Actually, that's Quinn, not McDonald. Now the give is to Van Lanningham. He is tripped up. Ankle tackle. That'll be a loss of a yard with 2:18 and counting in the game. And Justin Jones will come back in for Van Lanningham. And now coming into the game is Braden Rowe. Sophomore. You'll probably hear his name a lot in the next 2 years. His dad, one of the coaches on staff for the Tigers. Braden, pretty big for a sophomore. Already over 6 feet tall. Now the snap, it's going to be a toss to Jones. He's got a little bit of room. It disappears, and that's going to be a loss of a yard. So Tigers got the first down, and they're going backwards. Doesn't really matter. A minute and a half left in the game. And Josh Martinez will now check in at receiver. And Erie's just going to let the clock roll down for a little while. It's 3rd and 11. So unless the game clock goes under 40 seconds, they do not have time to run 2 plays if one of them is not a first down. Martinez at the bottom of your screen. Quinn, the H-back. Jones, the running back. And Kana at the top. And that's a delay of game penalty with 55 seconds left. And that will stop the clock. And the clock picks up and keeps on running. So 45 seconds to go and counting. Niwot crowding the line. This is a keeper for Lucero. He has some room. And he will get tackled at about the 50-yard line. And that should do it here. They're lining up to run another play. They don't have to if they don't want to. Sam Baker also in on the offensive line. Just another name not been called quite yet tonight. Hard to see the lineman's numbers. And that will be the last play that the Tigers run. So in their 3rd home game of the year, it's a 45-3 win over the Niwot Cougars as the time drops off the scoreboard, and it is now final. 45 points for Erie, 3 for Niwot. We'll be back here next week for senior night. So probably a little bit of a longer broadcast with all the senior night festivities, but that game will be against Roosevelt. And for Brandon Bird, Grayson Wolf, our producer, and the entire Erie Tiger Network crew, I'm Grayson Blaylock. Thank you for watching the Erie Tiger Network. Once again, the final, Erie 45, Niwot 3. We'll see you next week.
Are you ready for it?